when we looked at everything, I thought, wow, that should be a good use for it. It's, I think somebody's going to look at it and say, yeah, this will be great.
Okay. So, excellent.
And it definitely is a niche market. So my suggestion would be we would possibly contact the appraiser again for maybe some advice. If he's aware of any regional developers that we could reach out to. If we do end up listing it on the real estate market, again, I'd suggest going with somebody that has expertise in this, somebody that can reach out to that niche market, which again would be, regional developers that would turn it into a residential or a apartment complex. So that's just my thoughts about, how we would reach out and do something with this.
Okay.
I would just add that there's a couple options for the committee. First, we would have you could make a recommendation that the district sell the property. Right, we don't have a buyer yet, but the board has to approve the sale of any property. So if the committee is interested in us moving forward with at least making the property available for the public to purchase. And then the committee could also, at this point or in the future, direct Chris or myself to go into a contract with some marketing group. So I know, Lisa, that's kind of your expertise, and I don't know what kind of contract we might have to go into. We make a few calls, but there's always going to be some kind of a fee related to selling our property, of which could either, I think, come from the sale. If you sell it, this is what you pay, or I think there's an opportunity to do some other things. But so there could be a combination of a motion, or it could be just a single motion to bring it back to the board for approval with, some contingencies. I guess it's up in the air, but in order for us to act on it, the committee has to decide, yep, we want to do something, sell it in and extend a contract to somebody, and then move that to the full board for approval.
Right. And once it gets to that point with actually listing the property, you would have to sign a listing contract. And typically, commercial real estate commission is 10% of the sale price. Okay. So that's typically what I've seen. What others are charging, I don't know, but I've seen the 10% on commercial properties. So you're looking at about $40,000 commission.
Is it fair to say then that the district would not have to write any check for $40,000 until the property is sold? Is that typical, or do we have to actually extend some money first in order for us to be there?
No, there's no money extended until this actual sale occurs, and then that's when the commission is charged. Okay. There may be, depending on who a buyer is, they may ask for the district to do some inspection, pay for some inspections on the property. But then again, that's negotiated. So, but right now, I don't see the district having to spend any money at this point in this process.
Okay, thank you for that understanding. So then I think it would be my understanding that if the committee is interested in moving this forward for sale, they would just make that recommendation. And because there isn't going to have to be any financial transaction that would require us to move forward with a sale, we wouldn't need to do anything. Obviously, if we received an offer, the board would be the people who would decide if the offer was accepted. We could, as we get closer to that, we could talk about, does the committee want to hear it first and then the full board, or who wants to take charge of that? But just so you know, we'll advise, we'll work through the details, but the board always is the one who is going to approve the sale of a property, and then approve the receipt of the property if in fact we're going to transition it to somebody else.
Okay, then I would make a motion to move this forward to the full board for sale.
And I will second that.
Okay. That sounds good. And Catherine did show up here at the central office, so she did catch part of our conversation. To be fair to Catherine, do you have any questions, Catherine, about the appraisal? I know you got into the meeting a little bit late. We didn't cover a lot of stuff totally, but the building was worth $415,000 by their ways they do that. And I think you heard most of the other conversations. Do you have any questions or thoughts that I can?
I just think that we ought to be cautious because of the economy the way it is, going up, down, back and forth, nobody knows. And it may take some time on the market, but I'm for selling it.
Okay, so she was saying she just wanted to be, I don't know if you could hear that. Could you hear that or not really? Okay, thank you for letting me know. So Catherine's saying we should be a little bit cautious because the market is so volatile right now. It's up one day, down another day. But she is in favor of selling or, putting it out to see if we could sell it. So.
Okay.
All right, so we have that down as Lisa made the motion and Liz seconded it. So at the next school board meeting, we'll have that in the committee meeting notes, and then you can have further discussion with the full board. So on to the next piece of business is the MPU, Manitowoc Public Utility Easement. So I
Chris,
was in a meeting a couple weeks ago.
Chris,
Yeah,
can I interrupt you for a moment?
sure.
You
Sure.
didn't ask for an actual vote on that motion.
Oh, okay. Well, Lisa, do you want to, or I guess Catherine, do you want to ask for a motion or a vote?
Just all those in favor.
Yep, all those in favor of moving this forward to the full board, say aye.
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 Okay, unanimous, motion's carried. So, thank you, Liz, for letting me know that. So Manitowoc Public Utilities, let me share my screen. Whoops. Share. Cancel. Let me get the tab up here. Okay, everyone see the map?
Yes.
Good, Catherine, that's it.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so
Yes.
so I met with the one of the city person and an MPU representative as well. And they want to be able to provide electricity to what's known as Miracles Park and the skate park and that concession stand area. And the best way to do that is to go through a portion of our property that's the soccer fields. And you can see on the very top of the portion of the map, you can see a long concrete blacktop driveway. That's our property. And then at the bottom of the page, you can see the Miracles baseball field and those structures there. So the black dash line that you can see at the top would be the proposed travel route that they would trench a public utility. And then that black box that's about halfway through the parking lot at the top with the arrow on it, they would put a handhold there, which that's where they would turn south with the electric utilities to go underneath the parking lot. They would directional bore under the parking lot and then go to the city property via that route. And so I told them that that would be great because what they offer us is 100 free feet to provide electric to that site where we don't have electric right now. And I know that there's been lots of conversation and hopes and dreams and wishes that we could put some structures out there to house the equipment that's out there and also provide a place of safe haven. If it rains or hails or inclement weather, there's nothing out there right now where the kids could go to except for maybe the school bus. They could find shelter that would be there. So that would also help us as well in any future endeavors that we might, plan for. So that would also help the school district as well. So it's their standard city agreement with an easement. And I got an email back and forth from MPU, and I've got a couple questions that I won't bore you with, but it looks good to me. And if you guys have any questions, I could answer that. Otherwise, I just want to let you know that I would be looking at signing off on that easement sometime in the future when when they know when they're going to be doing the work. Are there any questions about that? I'm going to take this off because I don't know if hang on. There I am. Any questions about the easement and the diagram that I showed you? I hope my explanation was okay of where it was traveling. So I just wanted to make the committee aware of something like that. We partner with the city a lot, and I think this is it would help us as well. So I don't think I need a motion or anything like that. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I think it's great because I think the city is. I think that's going to cost the city between 10 and 15,000 to bring that to their location. So, and they have not approached me at all about sharing that cost. Knock on wood, I guess, maybe. But it's a good thing for the community, and it's a good thing for the properties that are both serviced by that electric. So
I agree. I think you should sign off on it.
yeah, okay,
I do agree also.
Yeah.
That's gonna just benefit everybody. And besides
Sure.
that, it'll make us look good too.
yeah. So it'll be a great thing for both property owners. So thank you for that. So, well, that's all I have for today. So on the next school board meeting, we'll have that item in the committee meeting minutes to bring the board to with what your recommendation is, and we'll go from there. So,
Sounds good.
okay.
Okay, so we'll adjourn the meeting, and would someone give me a motion and a second to do that?
I so move. You can second it, Lisa.
Okay, I'll second.
Catherine seconded. I'm not, yeah.
Okay.
So that sounds fine. I think we're all good there. Then everyone in favor, I guess, I asked that question.
Aye.
All right. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Appreciate it very
Chris,
much.
Quick reminder that you got to stop streaming then when the meeting's
Okay.
over so that you can,
That sounds
otherwise
good.
it just goes on for a long time.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
All right,
Okay.
be well, folks.